Hey everyone, it's Grucy here. Today we're going to go over the top 5 point guards for 4 different play styles. We're going to go over defensive point guards, all around point guards first, then defensive, then rim running, and then three hunting. So basically, I'll because cards have weaknesses and strengths right now, it's really hard to just say these are the top 5 point guards. That's why I am going to do an all around um, section, but in general, it depends kind of on what your playstyle is and what you want out of your point guard for who's going to be the top 5 point guards to you. So I hope this idea is good for y'all. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start here with all around point guards. I think that's the most general, and this is like maybe who I would consider, the top 5 point guards in the game. Um, so these guys, they'll have some differences, but basically what I've done is I've put kind of the 8 people I think are kind of up for contention down here at the bottom, and then I'm gonna pick 5, and there's some other people that are on here that are pretty good as well, like De'Aaron Fox. I don't have on here. Um, there's probably a few others that I don't have, but these were like the main 8 guys that I wanted to include. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with number 5 and work our way to number 1. So for me, I would say the number 5 point guard in the game from an all-around perspective is probably this guy right here in Damian Lillard. Um, I think the reason why I have him here is because his defense is kind of severely lacking. Offensively, he's a great dunker. He's an incredible shooter. And as a perimeter defender, if you badge him up, he is pretty good. It's just it's just so easy to score on him inside. I was using him for a while, and it always just felt like I don't know, like I was missing something when he was on the court because there was just that one person who I couldn't count on to get stops. So I am going to slide him in there at that number 5 position because I think he deserves it with the shooting and playmaking and just scoring in general, but he's definitely lacking on the defensive end. After him, I'm going to go ahead to number 4, and I am going to put Ruby Marcus Smart here at number 4. Um, I think although offensively he's a little more limited than Dame, and I mean unless you're, you know, um, giving him, some nice boosts, especially speed with ball and ball handle, I think he's limited offensively. But if you boost those, he's pretty good offensively. Um, but defensively, he gives you so much more than Dame. So I think that's just like why I have him over Dame. Especially given the shooting guards that are in the game right now between like Harden and Clay. Jason Richardson and such. I think Marcus Smart, is kind of a better all-around point guard than Dame, even though Dame offensively is a lot better than Marcus Smart. After those two, I'm gonna go ahead and slide in John Wall here at number 3. Um, John Wall plays pretty good defense, not incredible defense, but better, definitely better than Dame, probably similar level to Marcus Smart. Um, and shooting the ball, he's incredible. Finishing the ball, he's incredible. I really liked having John Wall. He does have that base dribble style, but with the new patches, I think it's less of less of a bad thing that he has base dribble style. And if you can get by with him, that might move him to number 1 for you. But for me, I think I'm going to put him here at number 3 for all around. Number 2, I am going to go with my man Gary Payton. Um, Defensively, this man's incredible. If he's wide open, he's going to knock down the shots. He's got a little bit of a slower release, but it's easily greenable. I really like Gary Payton. He is someone I ran in quals. I think he was worth the unlimited grind last season, and he's definitely still one of the best point guards in the game, especially from an all-around perspective. And then number 1, I am going to put Penny Hardaway. Um, Although he doesn't have the defensive stats and badges that Gary has, he's 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan, and he does fine defensively. So his shot is maybe a tad bit slower than Gary Payton as well, but again, he's 6'7". If he's wide open, he can hit it. He can take advantage of mismatches in the post. He can dunk. He can shoot wide open. He has a nice fade, especially if you're on next gen. So you can hit some fading threes. So for me, I think these are the top 5 point guards in the game. I'm gonna go ahead and close out of the other guys I have here on the list. So I'm gonna leave those three there. But yeah, I think these are the top 5 all-around point guards in the game. If you just want, maybe what the best cards are or whatever, I would say it's probably these 5. Now we're gonna go ahead and go into more like specific play styles. So first up is defense. This, is the kind of point guards you'd want to run next to like Harden or Clay or something if you're trying to run your offense through your shooting guard. Maybe if you have Paul George or KD and you're trying to play through them, or if you have a point center or something, then these are the guys you might look to run at the point guard. So again, I'm gonna work my way backwards from 5 to 1. I am gonna put Alex Caruso here as the number 5 defensive point guard in the game. Um, he plays really, really good defense, and especially for a budget card, uh, he's got good height, he's got good interior, good steal, good block. He does have off interceptor. I think he's one of the better defensive point guards in the game. Like I said, I have him at number 5. Offensively, he's a little bit limited, but defensively he's incredible, and this is a defensive point guard list, so I think he slides in well at number 5. After that, I am going to go with Marcus Smart. I already talked about him in the all-around section about his defense. His defense is incredible. He's a really, really good defender at that point guard position. I think he slides in well there at number 4. I don't need to harp too much more on him since we already talked about him. Number 3, I am going to go with Jason Kidd. I think he gives you more defense than some of these other guys. He has some good Hall of Fame badges. He's got really good size. Again, he's limited offensively. He can't dunk. He's got a really slow jumper. I wouldn't try to create with him or anything, but defensively, he's great if you want him to just play defense and, hit corner threes when he's wide open. He can do that. After that, I am going to go with Penny Hardaway here at number 2. Um, he's just, again, he's 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. That just helps your defense out so much, especially if you like to switch. Um, especially if, you know, you have another lock on the floor that you want to guard ball. Penny can guard the threes. He can even guard some fours. I know he's lacking badges, but defensively for me, he's performed great. I ran him in quals. I run him all the time. I still run him. I think he is the second best defensive point guard in the game. And after that, you already know Gary Payton at number 1. What more can I say? He's an incredible defensive point guard. He's just gonna get the job done. Get you the stops that you need. He's gonna get steals. He's gonna be in the lanes. He is a little short compared to Penny, but you know he's gonna get the steals, so it don't really matter for Gary Payton. So these are the top 5 defensive point guards in the game. I was really close to putting John Wall and DeJounte over Alex Caruso, but I think Alex Caruso deserves that 5 spot over them. John Wall does play pretty good defense though, so I think he's very close to both Caruso and Smart, and I think these 3 are kind of above the others by a little bit. Okay, so now that we've done defensive, we're gonna go ahead right here into rim running point guards. I've put about eight rim running point guards down here at the bottom. If you're someone who likes to attack the hoop off the pick and roll, these might be the point guards you're looking to run. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Again, we're gonna go 5 to 1. I want to say right here we're gonna start with, this might be a surprise, but we're gonna put Kevin Johnson here at number 5. He does come with a half quick first step, half posterizer, and half limitless takeoff, and a 95 driving dunk. He is a little short, but he's gonna be really quick with the ball, and he's gonna be able to dunk on a lot of people. You don't see many people run this card. I don't necessarily recommend running this card, but in terms of just pure rim running point guards, I think he deserves a spot. right there with the best of them. After him, I'm gonna go with John Wall. John Wall has base dribble style. Uh, he's a great shooter, but he also can attack the hoop really well. He's got not I think he has either 98 or 97 speed with the ball. I'm pretty sure. He's really quick. He's got quick first step. Um, he's lacking a little bit in the Hall of Fame dunking badges, but he's a great rim running point guard. Definitely deserves a spot here at number 4. After him, I'm gonna go ahead and slide in Damian Lillard. Um, Dame has a tendency to sometimes do some weird layups going into the hoop. He likes these little like reverse layups, but for the most part, he's gonna dunk on everyone. He's a great dunker. They always choose Dame's dunking, even though in real life he's not really dunking that much. But they love to make him a great dunker, and he's got that shooting ability. So definitely deserves this spot here at number 3. After Dame, we're gonna go Steve Francis. Another really good dunker. Another really good shooter. His release is a little bit slower than you'd want. But again, this is a rim running um, point guard list, so I think he deserves this spot here at number 2. And lastly, at number 1, you guys already know it's Ja Morant. Ja Morant's gonna get to the hoop like crazy. Uh, he's got great dunking badges. He can dunk on anyone and everyone. He's not quite the dunker that his diamond card was last year, if y'all remember that one, but he does still dunk on everyone. He's a great dunking point guard. He's really quick with the ball. If you want to just attack the hoop, these are the 5 guys you're looking at. De'Aaron Fox, I think, is also close. Colin Sexton is also close. Gary Payton is a good dunker too, surprisingly. But I really think these 5 here are the top 5, slashing, rim running point guards. I mean, I like to use slashing, but I know the general term in 2K people like to say rim running, so we'll go with that. These are the top 5 I would have there. Now we'll go ahead on to shooting point guard. So if you're a 300, you want your point guard to be your primary 300. We're gonna go with this list for that. Um, so let's go ahead and go 5 to 1 again. I think for me personally, the person I would slide in at number 5 is going to be this man right here, Jason Terry. Um, you don't really see many people run this Jason Terry card anymore. He's short, but he does have half quick first step. He has half mismatch. He's got a really good 3 ball. All his shooting and dribbling badges can be upgraded. He's got a good dribble style. I think he's a great 300. Like I said, he lacks a little bit defensively, but this is a 300 list. I think he gives you more than some of the people I left off, and I'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, I'm gonna slide Jason Terry here at number 5. At number 4, we're gonna go with John Wall. While he doesn't have a that great of a dribble style, he does have base. He has really good shooting badges. And he like doesn't miss a white. He hits contested threes. I mean, he's just really good. If you know what you're doing with base dribble style, you might even have him higher. But for me, I think I'm gonna put him at 4 in terms of 300 point guards. Slotting in at number 3 is gonna be Steve Francis for me. I think Steve Francis is a great 300. His shot is a little slow for what I would want, but I think he's got good sigs. He's got a good dribble style. Yeah, for me, Steve Francis is the 3rd best 300 point guard. After that, I'm kind of in a toss up here between 2 guys. I think I'm gonna put at number 2. I am gonna put Damian Lillard. It pains me to do this, to not put him at number 1, given his half shooting badges. But I really think that's probably where he has to go. He he's a great 300. He really is. But I think this guy here at number 1, y'all already know who I am, and I'd really say this one and the Sign Signature Series 1 are interchangeable. I'm going to go ahead and put this one as number 1, but if you really want the Hoff Chef, then put the Sign Signature Series 1 here at number 1. But I think Steph's Curry slide and just dribble sigs are a little bit better than Dame's. So I'm gonna put Steph at number 1 and Dame at number 2. But these two guys, they don't really miss whites and they can green basically anything. So I definitely think they deserve to be the number 1 and number 2 300 point guards. With those other three kind of trailing them just a little bit. I did leave off Pistol Pete, Trae Young, and Colin Sexton. Sexton I really like, but he can't get chef, which definitely hurts him a little bit when it comes to purely three hunting. Trae Young is slasher dribble style, and he's really short, but he's a great shooter as well. And then Pistol Pete is solid, but I just think these five are a little bit better than him. So just to recap, we're gonna go through. These are the best 300 point guards. I have Steph, Dame, Steve Francis, John Wall, and Jason Terry. If you're a rim runner and you want a rim running point guard, I have Ja Morant, Steve Francis, Dame Lillard, John Wall, Kevin Johnson. If you're a defensive head and you want your point guard just to play defense and you're going to play through Klay Thompson or James Harden, I have Gary Payton, Penny Hardaway, Jason Kidd, Marcus Smart, and Alex Caruso. And then all around, I have Penny Hardaway as the best point guard in the game, Gary Payton slotting in at number 2, John Wall at number 3, Marcus Smart at number 4, and Dame Lillard at number 5. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you make some decisions on your point guards. Um, if you like it, let me know. If you want me to do something similar for other positions, let me know down in the comments. If you disagree with me or agree with me, let me know all this. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on some of this stuff. I think the game right now is in a really good spot where each of these guys kind of gives you something different than the other one. And I really like that because it makes you put some thought into your lineup. But again, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see y'all soon.